What'd you say?
So guess where I got this wallet?
The fair?
State Fair.
The state fair?
It's a State Fair, dude. My other wallet, it lasted me like 3 years, and this one lasted me. I bought it at the State Fair this year. It looks like it's already kind of.
Well, you see, that's where your mistake went. Is that you bought something at the state fair. That's why I don't like going to the state fair. Like whenever I go to the state fair and I get like a churro, me da chorro.
Yeah, I don't know. You buying churros from the State Fair? That's. I don't think anybody does that. I go for the turkey legs.
Oh, I should probably mute this. Oh, by the way, I started recording.
Oh, okay.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the SteezKast. It's been like almost a year since I recorded. A lot has happened. For those who are new to the show or have followed previous episodes, my old host, Robert, and I, we actually moved in together. We're now roommates and yet to record a session because, well, I don't know. You have to ask him. Take it up with him. I'm here with my good friend, Edgar.
Yeah, not Robert.
We can tell because you sound like a little boy. And Robert sounds... Golly. But no, yeah, we're just talking one day and we're just like, oh, you know what? Let's just shoot the breeze and we'll just record to see what happens. So here we are, revival of the SteezKast. I'll be honest with you, I have been slacking lately, so we're probably just gonna call this episode the Sleez Kang? SteezKast. Before we start, anything you want to promote or?
No, not really. Just let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it. All right. Let's see. Where should we start? How we know each other?
Yeah.
Should we talk about the first time we met?
Sure. That's probably a little interesting to some folks out there.
So, for those who know, I don't disclose where or what I do for work. For all you guys know, I work at McDonald's in fast food or whatever. Sure. So let's just say I saw Ed over here in one of the break rooms.
Yeah, it was a new hire.
He's a new hire for a different sector, and I just saw him and I was just like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Hey, you new? You the new guy?" Yeah. Cool. What you doing? You on your lunch break? Were you on your lunch break?
I was on my lunch break.
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, you on your lunch break?" You're like, "What the hell did you say?"
I said, "Don't bother me. I'm on my lunch."
But no, yeah, we just pretty much just met each other. I'm like, "I'm Raul. Oh, I'm Edgar." I was like, "Oh, it's funny. You got like a nice Edgar haircut." You mentioned that.
It's classic.
Yeah. So pretty much just hit it off from there, and then every time we just saw each other, we would just shoot the breeze for like a while until finally I joined your guys' sector, and I've been with y'all for like 3 months now.
Just about. It feels like a lot longer.
I know it feels a little longer, but then again, a lot's been happening.
Yeah, it feels a lot longer because I've known you since you were in a different sector.
Yeah.
And then you came to our sector, but it just feels like it.
Yeah.
Since I've known you for that long.
I know. I feel like, well, it's crazy, like, cause like I for me, and I know you know this from yesterday, I got like horrible road rage.
Oh yeah, don't want to be in the same car as this guy in traffic.
Yeah, one of the main streets, like the intersection, like the lights just like gave out, so I had to take an alternate route through like Happy Valley Road. And the whole time I'm like going like 56 miles per hour and it's like construction zone 35. And I'm just like, I don't give a damn. And there's like ever so many people like driving slightly slower and I'm just like losing my marbles. I'm just like, come on.
Turns out he didn't even have to drive all the way up there.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to drive over there. Whatever the issue was going on over there had already been resolved. I talked to said people. They said, "Oh yeah, this issue that I had no longer a problem." So I'm like, "Oh okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave now." And yeah, I'm just sitting there in traffic. I'm just like, "Oh god." I'm sitting there while the freaking rent-a-cops are like waving traffic over, and I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, come on, let's go. I want to go home. I want to see my dog. Oh, that's another thing. There's two fur babies that live with us. One of them is Chico. He's a Boston Terrier. And another one is a Maltese named Bella, who's very protective of me. Chico, you want to say something? The one time I asked you to speak, you're just gonna sit there and sneeze? Okay, well, Chico's very shy today. Bella, you want to say something? No, you're just gonna stare at me and hover over Chico's food? Okay. Anyways,
Nothing from Chico.
nothing from Chico. Yeah, he's just gonna be chilling there.
You need to promote anything?
You have anything to promote? You know, if you want to see pictures of Chico, you can actually follow me on Instagram at SteezKast, and yeah, pretty much SteezKast everywhere. SteezKast on Instagram, TikTok. I mean, I don't really post TikToks anymore.
Well, what's the backstory to that name, though?
Chico, shut up. The backstory of SteezKast?
Yeah.
So, where I got SteezKast was, one time I used to have these friends. So after my breakup, I met this group of like buddies that we would just chill, swim at like one of the friends' pool, and just day drink a little.
Ooh, sounds fun.
That's how I got fat. But
She got fat during your breakup, after your breakup?
yeah, I was actually pretty slim. I actually look like a twink.
I got skinny after my breakup.
Oh, well, I'm getting skinnier now, but that's because I like a lifestyle change. But
Shit, I'm getting fatter now.
yeah, but here, let me look for an old pic. This is me.
Where?
This one.
The guy in the back?
No,
Hiding?
no, the guy in the black.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
What was that, like 10 years ago?
No, 5 years ago.
Nice.
No, 4.5. Still,
Good, yeah. Four and a half?
4.5, not bad. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I was, decently sized. I wasn't.
That must have hit you hard. That breakup must have been...
It wasn't that bad. No, yeah, no, like I said, so I met this group of people. They introduced me like to like different aspects of like comedy. That's how I like found out about like Norm Macdonald, and yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Since the last time I recorded, Norm Macdonald has since passed.
A lot has happened.
Yeah, a lot has happened. Yeah, Norm Macdonald passed. Louis Anderson passed. Ray Liotta just passed yesterday.
Yeah, everybody's passing. Everybody is.
Yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. to the real ones. Yeah, they introduced me to like things like Norm Macdonald, Mac DeMarco. If you're a huge follower of Mac DeMarco.
Wow. Mac DeMarco. You didn't know about Mac DeMarco?
I didn't know about Mac DeMarco back then, and then I found out about Mac DeMarco, and he's like one of my favorite artists.
I like his style.
Yeah, he's just very mellow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I hung out with these group of people, and we'd always like come up with like these weird like nicknames or whatnot.
Well, how'd you meet these group of people?
I met the group.
You don't just walk into a room and be like, "Hey, you guys want to be friends?"
Kind of. That's how you do it in grade school.
It's like, did it at work?
Worked with you, didn't it? I'm about to say. No. So I met this group of people through a friend that I used to work with at my old profession. The picture I just showed you.
Oh, okay.
Not that guy, but it was in the same area, in McDonald's. So he and I, we would hang out like every other day. Just work on like projects. I remember we wrote like a space odyssey, like what's it called? Like we were just writing a show.
Yeah.
I think because like he had this like weird persona called Harlem Wright, and so he was writing like a show based on this character named Harlem Wright, who was like a space bounty hunter. Honestly, if you watch The Mandalorian, it's literally like pretty much the same concept. Like when I saw The Mandalorian, I was like rewatching the show we were writing. I was just like, what the hell?
So did you guys write it before The Mandalorian?
Way before. This was 2017.
Oh, so you guys wrote the Mandalorian?
Pretty much wrote the Mandalorian. This was 2017. Jon Favreau, we're coming for you. So we wrote the Mandalorian, our version of the Mandalorian, I guess. Pretty much, yeah. This is before George Lucas gave up the rights to Star Wars to Disney.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we wrote our little space odyssey. I forget what it was called, but yeah, he has character name Harlem Wright. And he wrote a character for me called Oko. And I was supposed to be like this dispatcher that sends them out on bounties, but I was also like, you know, like a backstabber. I was just like a POS, a piece of crap. Oko. So we would just hang out, and then I remember it was pretty much when I got my associates. I had like my graduation. He's like, it was like around Cinco de Mayo, and he invited me to like a little cookout. So I met like these two guys. Yeah, I'll just shout them out because I know they wouldn't mind the clout. Alex and Javier. So
could be anyone in the world.
It could be anybody in the world too. And those are very distinguished names.
Everybody that's Mexican is that Alex or Javier.
Yeah. One of them is Mexican. It's Alex. No. So we pretty much just hit it off and became good friends. We would like start going over to our friend Alex's house all the time to pretty much just because he was in a band.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in a rock band. He was a guitarist, and his brother was like the drummer, and then like their other friend Larry was a bass. And yeah, pretty much we just hang out.
Did you get on that tambourine?
I actually played the cowbell. I played the cowbell. So I was the unofficial cowbell. I was also the groupie, but I was also the I was the groupie. I was the groupie. You know. Hey, sometimes I'm the people pleaser.
The night is right.
The night is right. I got birthing hips. You know me, ruly bitch hips. But no. Yeah, I pretty much was like an associate of the band. I think one time they had like a little gig out in like the ghetto of Phoenix, and we like loaded up my truck with like all their instrument.
Well, where's the ghetto of Phoenix?
Yeah, the one where the poor people live. Oh, I must have been a tier above you. We're in the ghetto of Glendale.
Concert?
No, it was just like a house show.
Oh.
So we were literally in somebody's living room.
Is that the noise complaint I called the police for?
Probably. Yeah. Since then, I think the owners of the house moved out. It sucked because the house was actually pretty cool. Like the layout, there was like the living room was like this little pretty much like the stage. You had like the little bathroom that you had to use the wrench to flush the toilet.
It was made for concerts.
It was made for concert. It was perfect. Outside, you had like a little flimsy basketball hoop that I would drink and play random people in basketball. And because it was like pretty short, it was short enough for me like to dunk.
Whatever gets the crowd going.
Pretty much. I played so much basketball while people were like listening to like live music. I played so much basketball. They actually had like a 3-on-3 basketball tournament for money.
Hey, that sounds fun. 3-on-3 while there's live music going on in the background.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, what cracked me up though is I was the one who pretty much inspired that 3-on-3 tournament. I was never. I think I was invited, but I never went to play. Otherwise, I probably would have made some decent coinage.
So you're saying you would have won? I
probably would have won. No, because we're playing a bunch of like punk, players, or people are just like a bunch of those like 2018 like scene hipsters. Non-athletic. Like I said, they're all cool people, but check your privilege a little. You can't dunk. You could barely run. If you run like this, yeah, you're not chasing a ball down the court.
The jeans are too tight.
The jeans are too tight, and I was the only one that was smart enough to wear shorts. Actually, that's a lie. There was this African American fella that was actually there. He was like in short shorts. He was homosexual. Not that it bring anything to the story, but he was pretty cool, and we actually became pretty good friends. Not that anything led beyond that, but we were just very cool. Anyways.
It just keep getting worse and worse. I swear.
And I beat him in basketball. We solved racism. But no, anyways. So I like how
I got one leg for him.
oh, I got plenty, but but no,
So you were friends with these people.
so I was friends with these people, and actually, I think that same night, there was this one chick. I'm sure I don't think she's gonna hear this, but if you do, hi. I remember she had like these like tattoos on her.
Tits, is that what you said?
No, the tattoos, and like they were like all over her leg, and I would just be like, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, "Oh, it's flapjack." Brushing my hand off. I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to fill you up." And then
Yeah, tattoos or a
she had,
tutu?
no, she had tattoos.
A what?
Tattoos. You know, like ink on the skin. Tattoos.
A tattoo?
Yeah, tattoos.
All right.
Yeah, tattoos. She had tattoos. She had tattoos all over her legs and her arms. And I was like, "Oh, what's this one?" She was like, "Oh, this is this." Now, but I remember the one that was like Flapjack, the cartoon.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah, I was just like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But I like leaned in too far and slipped and actually like pressed my finger against her thigh. And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry." And then she goes, "It's Flapjack." I'm like, "Okay, no." Now you made me seem like some sort of creep.
Yeah.
I got her Snapchat, so we talked for a while.
Maybe she let you touch your other tattoos.
I don't think so anymore. Anyways,
All right, so back to you were friends with these.
so I was friends with these people.
Yeah, these people. Which, I don't know how we got to the tattoos. But.
To the tattoos. So I hang out with these people like all the time. We would like go swimming. Pretty much almost every night, every other night, I'd get there. We would kick back some 40s and go swimming. And obviously, we never planned for the swimming, so we would all be in our underwear in the pool playing volleyball.
Chlorine.
Hey, it's still clean.
Yeah.
Thank God no one wore tighty whities. Anyways,
The whole show.
Chico, chill. Hey, the show's not about you. It's about me. Why they call me SteezKast.
Kermit the Frog, no arm down there.
I know. He tore that arm off. I forgot what we were doing. We were just goofing off over here on the couch. And I was just yanking the body. He had like the arm and he just like ripped it off. And I was just like, "Oh no, my arm." I was like, "Chico, why would you do this to me?"
It has the other one. Oh, so you're friends with these people.
Yeah.
All
Alright, so back to why they call me SteezKast.
What is this?
SteezKast.
SteezKast?
Yeah, SteezKang. SteezKast.
Oh, Kang. Okay.
Yeah, SteezKang. It's got a little bit more flavor on it.
Sounds like you hunt for crocodiles or something. SteezKast.
They call me SteezKast. But no, so I think so. Yeah, this group of people, we play volleyball in our underwear in the pool, drinking 40s, and one time, we just kept because we keep like using terms like steez and swag, just ironically.
Yeah.
And I remember I was drawn to the word steez. I was like, what does that mean? So I looked it up, and it's like easy style you can cop, and obviously Kang, because I think my buddy Alex had like that was his like username was SteezKast, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I like that a lot. Can I have it?" He was like, "No, you cannot. I'm the SteezKast." So I took it anyways and roll with it. Actually, I remember like when I created like my Xbox account, I put SteezKast. I sent him, I added him on the Xbox. He was like, "Oh, really? You're just going to take SteezKast?" I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't take it, so I'm gonna roll with it." He's like, "Okay, that's cool." So I pretty much became SteezKast.
I wonder what his backstory was into SteezKast.
I couldn't tell you.
Let's get him on the phone right now.
I'd have to ask him. But so pretty much because yeah, he still has the word Steez in his like profile or whatever.
Oh, he changed it.
But it's no longer. But it's not SteezKast. No, SteezKast was his like sign in for the laptop.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
So like a little like nickname. So like for me, like on my Netflix account, it's like RG3 just to piss off my mom. So yeah, his was just on his laptop was SteezKast, and I was just like, "Can I have it?" And he's like, "Nope," and pretty much just took it anyways. because I embodied the name a little more.
You know, oh, we're declining that.
Someone's in trouble.
La Toxica.
What the-
If you listen to this, I'm sorry. I love you.
Hi, Jackie. Anyways, she'd be like, "Don't say my name."
I won't come back for an episode 2.
So yeah, that's how I became the SteezKast.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, even like to this day, like I'll be like I'll be on my Xbox, and people will just be like joining the party. They don't call me by my name; they just say, "Yo, Steez." I'm like, "What's up?"
Yo, that's what I like. I wish I would have came up with something cool like that, or like, you know, fun gamer tag. My dumbass chose the beginning of my email.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, should I her texting you?
Yeah, she texted me. I don't know what she said. Oh, her mom came back.
Nice. I was gonna say, yeah, because like like Robert, his he I think his is like Gordy and then SB.
Yeah. See, I gotta change mine. I think
You
gotta pay for it though, because
I think every now and then they give you like a freebie.
Yeah,
I think Xbox has recently had like a freebie because like my friends were all like, my old roommate, he was like, "Oh, everybody change your name to SS and then pick a Greek god," and I was just like, "What are we, the freaking Nazis?"
Yeah, all my friends have nice, cool names, and I'm the only one that has my email. So it's like Edgar at something 6. You know, it's plain. It's just my name.
I know my old coworker is the Death Angel.
Hey, it's not his name.
It's not his name, but that was like lame. I remember I called him out on it. I was just like, the Death Angel? What? Well, first of all, you illiterate? Duh.
Hey, the Death Angel.
The Death Angel? And he's like, yeah, I know, I need to change it. I'm like,
You know,
bad.
And I think this was 6th grade. No, it was just like 7th grade. We were in, I forgot what class we were in, and we had like a spelling test.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher was like, "Okay, I ran out of words, so I'm just gonna make one up. Just a freebie. The.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's THE.
A spelling? Oh, you did a spelling bee?
No, it's a spelling test.
Uh-huh.
And she just said, "Okay, extra credit, the."
Mm-hmm.
And we're checking, and some girl put DA. And we were like, "Why? Why would you do this?" And
I thought it was a trick question.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "I don't even know it's a real word."
I remember one time we had like a spelling bee, and my teacher, don't worry, she's died since then. No, R.I.P.
Wow. No good teacher?
Huh?
No good teacher?
No good teacher. If you guys are my old classmates and you're listening to this, I don't care. Anyways, I mean, I don't wish anything bad for her or her family. You know, may she rest easy, may she rest peacefully. But she was an a-hole. Anyways,
R.I.P.
Sure, I'll let you say that. I won't retweet. Anyways, she didn't really like me. Not that she like openly disliked me or anything, but every time I would try something, it would just get like, fuck off. Like she would just like discourage it. Chico, no. Lay down. Hey, lay down. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to Edgar. I'm talking to you. Lay down.
Not me lay down?
You don't want to lay down?
Oh, okay.
Want to lay down later?
Later.
Okay. So we had like so like I said, like pretty much like the people that like tried hard, she didn't give them like the credit, or she would like pretty much throw like a roadblock at them. So here's my roadblock.
So you tried hard that she threw roadblocks at you.
Mm-hmm. So here's my roadblock. We had a spelling bee.
Yeah.
And like winner, I forget what it wasn't like an official like, oh, you're gonna go to Florida and spell against the future 7-Eleven clerk. Sorry, that's freaking messed up. That's not what I'm all about. But anyways,
I love 7-Eleven.
yeah, love 7-Eleven. I love the slushies. Love the people. Love everybody. Hate everybody equally. Anyways,
So it was an unofficial spelling bee.
so it was an unofficial spelling bee, and
I'm guessing it's just bragging rights.
it was kind of like bragging rights, but I remember there was like a credit to it.
Okay.
And my word, like I made it pretty like far, a lot farther than I thought I was. And if you know me, like I'm not the greatest speller. I'm not even the greatest reader. We were trying to I think they were trying to make like Dungeons and Dragons characters the other day, and I couldn't. I barely was able to read dexterity.
Hey, you barely being able to read dexterity is a big accomplishment because I don't even know how to spell that.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't even know how to spell it right now, but I mean, I'm sure if I look it up, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's how you spell it.
What is dexterity?
Couldn't tell you. Anyways, so my word was gene.
Like.
Well, let me get further. Can you use it in a sentence? I have my mother's genes.
Can you use it again?
Definition? Pretty much just she gave me like a vague definition. I don't remember it eventually, but I remember can you use it in a sentence. I have my mother's genes. Okay, I'm just gonna take a swing at it. Jeans. Wrong. Go sit down, idiot. I'm like, well, okay. I was like, what was it? Gene. Gene? I'm like, what the heck? It'd be like if someone was like, oh, can you spell the word there? Oh, can you you use it in a sentence? Yeah, you could be able to like. But it'd be like if they just didn't give you like a you know.
She said it a way.
It's one of those like words that you just like.
She set you up for failure.
She set me up for failure, and for that I hate her.
What grade was this?
Oh, I had her 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Well, you guys like on a budget or something? You guys
Pretty much, yeah. I think they promoted her for some reason.
Every year they said make rules.
They didn't. Oh, they didn't like. She didn't even like teach. She would just give us like big old fat packets. And it's like, here, do this. It's due by the end of the week. And I'm like, trying to keep up.
That's easy though.
Packets?
Yeah.
I'm not a packet person. I'm more of a talker.
In high school, we had a history teacher that would teach like that.
Mm-hmm.
Same way as packets. And we would sit in groups or whatever. We'll get with our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, you finish this page and you finish this page. So once everybody finished the page, everybody would just copy off each other. And we'll be finished like the first day. And then the rest of the week would just be.
Oh, we weren't allowed to talk. We weren't allowed to do anything.
In prison?
Pretty much. It felt like it.
That's wild.
Speaking of prison, I did actually like try stabbing another kid.
In elementary school?
Yeah.
With what?
With a pencil. Because he was like 3 times my size and he was wailing on me.
Oh, he was hitting you?
Yeah, he was like wailing. He out of nowhere just started like beating me up. It felt like a bear just like took on a salmon.
It was like a whale. He was wailing.
No, I was small back then. Yeah, I was very little. And this guy was like 3 times. Like it'd be like me picking on a kid.
He was in your grade?
He was in my grade. We were like really good friends. Just out of nowhere, he just started wailing on me, and I was in the middle of writing something, and I was just like, I was freaking. I was like, oh, what are you doing? I was trying to get him to like let go.
Oh wow! What do you know this guy still? Do you know what happened to this guy?
I've not seen this guy since then, but I remember when we were in the principal's office, like our parents came to like get us. I told my dad what happened. My dad was like, "Oh, that's BS." And then I look over and he's like crying in his dad's arms, and I'm like, "Oh, this." And my dad's like, "That's the guy that beat you up." I was like, "Well, you not see how big he is?" I was like, first of all, I didn't think of him to be such a Mary and started like crying. He like, I'm like, what a sissy. But no.
He tried to plead his case over there.
Yeah, so they gave us both. They suspended us both, like in school suspension, ISS.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been in ISS.
ISS. Well, I think I was in 6th grade. It was my first year with this devil teacher. She didn't stand up for me at all, and they gave me in 3 days ISS, and I was like, because I was pissed. I was like, I was the victim. I was like, well, you were stabbing him.
Was ISS even fun? A lot of people would.
My ISS was fun. I don't know about his. I don't care about his, but mine was fun because I hung out with the first graders, and
so they sent you to different classes.
Yeah.
That's what ISS was for you guys?
Yeah. They just sent us to a different. they
They're
get they
really on a push at this.
yeah.
What, we going with the janitor?
No.
Shadow people.
Well, of my whole like educational career, I've gotten maybe like 6 referrals.
6 referrals.
That fight itself, I got 2. I think I got 2 for that fight. So I got 1 for fighting and another for stabbing. And I was just like, you couldn't just put them all at one? It's like, no, they're 2 different classes. You get 2 referrals. I'm like, okay, whatever. Because remember, if you get like a certain amount, you get expelled. And I don't remember. It wasn't like a strike 3. I remember it was like a strike 20. So you had to be like a really bad kid.
That's crazy though. They just send you to another class. In our school, they would send you to like there was a teacher specifically just for ISS.
Yeah.
So like be full of bad kids.
Yeah, they later turned that to sundown. But no, no, is it yeah, no, for us, yeah, they sent me with the first graders. And they're like, hello, hi, this is Raul. He got into a fight. He also stabbed a kid. Good luck. And they just like left. And then the teacher's like looking at me like I'm some sort of criminal. And I pretty much like explained the whole situation. She goes, oh, you were jumped, pretty much. I was like, yeah, I was mugged. Had no choice but to like defend myself. So she was like, okay, well, we're going to start finger painting. So would you like to join us? I guess, sure. I have this packet I'm supposed to do, but I guess I can do that on the side. And I don't know how many times I listened to the Good Morning song, but by like day 2, I had that memorized.
You were in kindergarten.
I was in first grade again.
First grade.
I was in first grade again. And you know what's the funny part? Was that fight happened like on a Thursday. So my ISS started Friday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
more than basically.
I was like, it felt like an eternity because it felt like 2 weeks. And when I came back to everything like on Wednesday.
Were you like everybody was asking you questions like where have you been or what happened?
Yeah, they're like, hey, so how was prison?
Your post-fight interviews over there.
Yeah,
prison.
They're like, how's prison? I was like, oh, I was like, it's not bad, you know. I did a lot of little finger painting. I went to recess. I was like, there's nobody hogging up the basketball courts. Everyone they don't know how to dribble a ball, so I just grabbed the basketball and just practiced my my jump shot for a little.
Sorry, you were on vacation. You weren't even.
Oh yeah, it felt like vacation from reality. I just hung out with the little kids.
Let's say I'll go to ISS. Then.
Yeah, I was like the first like district teacher assistant.
Wow, you're getting promoted.
Pretty much. I saw this as a step up. I remember another referral I got. We had field day. I don't know if you ever had field day in your school.
Was field day like when everybody would go out and?
No. I know what you're thinking. No.
like everybody goes and get wet outside, like with the hose and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Then, yeah.
Is that what field day was?
Oh, I thought you were going to say some racist, but yeah, no. They're like, hey, go outside. The grass is not going to cut itself. No, no, field day, yeah. You go outside. You get like, you're with your class, but you get like in these little like groups, and you just compete against each other in like little games. It's kind of like the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had like, I think that's how they... You know, think about it. You know, what if they were like using field day as a way to like scout, like future like triathletes?
15 years from now, this guy is gonna be an athlete.
It's like wow. It's like watch 15 years. That guy's gonna be the next like triathlete, and then 30 years from now, he's gonna be Woman of the Year. But no. But you know, but like I said, like I remember field day. I got And I got another referral because the vice principal, I remember her daughter went to the school, and she was not that much younger than me. I think maybe like a year or two. I remember she had like this nasty like snot nose like attitude, where she was just like. And I remember she was like running one of the stations because she was like helping out or something, and she was like being like extra bratty with me. She was always bratty with me for like some reason. So I remember I told her, I was just like I was trying to walk away. She was just like I forget what she said to me, but like I remember it bothered me to which I was just like piss off, and I just walked away, and she like turned around, went to her mom, and said, "Yeah, Raul just told me to F off."
So you tried to stab her?
No, I didn't. Well, not this time.
not
Not
this-
this time.
okay,
I should have.
okay.
No, not this time.
All
But yeah, she goes, Raul told me to, he cussed me out, and so, and keep in mind, this is the first time I heard "cuss me out," like that whole. So I was just like, what does that mean? It's like, don't get smart with me. I'm like, no, generally, I don't know what that means. And she's like, you said the F word to my daughter. I'm like, no, I said piss off. And then, yeah, she's like, nope. I was like, oh, now you're going to change your story? You're going to change your story? Here's a referral. And I'm like, oh, wow, am I going to get suspended again? She goes, nope. Cool. It was like, I forgot where they sent me, but I think field day was pretty much coming to an end, so there's no point in sending me out to play.
Clean up field day. That's what you were going to do.
Yeah. No, I did clean up one time for a different referral.
What was did you have some weird punishments growing up, like in school?
The weirdest one I ever had was end of freshman year. I remember I got in trouble for tagging.
What were you, coloring the sidewalk with chalk or something? Or
I know. I wish it was that easy. I took a highlighter and wrote on a wall.
tagging.
Tagging.
That's tagging.
That's tagging. The on-campus police pulled me out of geometry class, yanked me into it. He's like, "Is that you? We saw you write on this." I'm like, "Yeah, here." He's like, "Yes, damaging school property." I remember I spit on it, wiped it off, and I'm like, "It doesn't look damaged to me."
What did you write? You had like a gang name?
Yeah, it was SteezKast.
It's SteezKast.
Yeah, no, it was something else. It was like something like me messing with like a friend. And
for a happy time, call this number. Put his
similar,
number
something like that. But I remember I put like my something. My friend Michael. He's since passed as well. There's a lot of people that died in my life. R.I.P. Yeah, Michael. R.I.P. Michael L. If you know Michael L. Yeah, he was the real one. He was a good friend. But yeah. I remember I tagged something with his name, and the vice principal, different vice principal.
Well, how'd they see you? They had cameras or something?
No, one of the security people on campus saw me, and I just ran off.
You're a bad tagger.
Oh, they saw me. They're trying to like chase me down, but it was like during lunch, like pretty much the end of lunch. So like they're trying to like chase me down, but he's getting like in traffic with all these kids, and I like disappear like Hannibal Lecter at the end of. Silence of the Lambs. But yeah, they pulled me out of geometry class and they yanked me over to it. They're like, "That's damaging property. You guys you're gonna have to pay to repaint this." I spit on it. I wiped it off. I'm like, "Look, it's all good. We're good." And I remember they pulled me into his office and he's like, "I can't allow this." Blah, blah, blah. It was like no point. It's like the last Tuesday of school, because this is like during the last week of school. I don't know what to do with you. And I forget who came up with the idea of me having to come in the first Monday of summer and clean for 8 hours.
What'd you clean?
I cleaned doors. I swept rocks off the sidewalk. I cleaned so much like old spit and bird poop. By the end of it, I was like a model citizen. I remember, like I said, I was kicking it with all the janitors, and I remember one of the janitors, like he was like this older feller, and he like comes up, he's like, "Are you the new guy?" I'm like,
"Are you the new guy?
I just
big or something? Like you look like an adult."
I guess I must have. He's like, "Are you the new guy?" I'm like, "No." Well, what? He's like, "What gives? Why are you sweeping up my rocks? This is my job." I was like, "I don't know. They just gave me a broom and told me to sweep all the rocks." He's like, Are you just temp? I'm a student. I was like, I'm about to become a sophomore.
He said, "I'm a criminal."
I'm a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal. No, I was like, I'm a sophomore now. You can't talk to me like that. And then he's like, "Oh," and he just like walked away, and I was just like, that was a weird exchange. I remember telling like the lead like janitor, and I was just like, "Yeah, this guy's giving me an attitude." He's like, "Oh yeah, he's worried he's gonna get fired." I don't think I've ever saw him ever again. But he probably got fired for talking to a sophomore like that.
He was hot tagging.
Yeah. But yeah. So, like I said, I mean, I was a good student to an extent.
Because I remember growing up, I've never had to do this, but I would see people doing this to get in trouble and stuff. And one time, and they had to scrape gum off the ground. You have to bring me 25 pieces, and then they're out there scraping gum. Or one time, you know the usual make you write it on a piece of paper 100 times, but like above your head, like you have to keep your arms and right above your head.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, yeah, it's just stuff like that. Keeping your arms above, above, like, and then put a ruler stick on top of your back of your shoulders to keep your arms up, and then people will start crying. It kind of, I don't know, it seemed illegal.
Yeah.
Now it probably is. I don't know. Back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's crazy though. That made you actually come in for a shift. 8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours, and I didn't get paid for it. I pretty much was doing time. And I remember my vice principal was like really very angry because he had to come in too, but pretty much just to like sit in his office and like just in case anything happened to me.
Wow. He had to come in and work on his day off then. In the summer. Well, hey, you should.
I told him, I was like, why'd you take the? I was like, why'd you take the? Why'd you take the shift then?
You should have just let it slide. I would have just let it slide. End of the week, like it's at the end of by the summer already. It came off the wall, it wiped off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I remember I was there from like I think it was like 6 a.m. till like about. I remember I was home by like 3, and I was like downloading songs off FrostWire, giving my computer like the HIV. And
did you at least get a lunch?
Yeah, I got a lunch.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just sat in the cafeteria all to myself, and
2 10-minute breaks and a 30.
No, it was just like a little lunch.
I
remember I had like the old classic iPods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I swiped it. I took it with me so I can listen to music the whole time. Okay. So that time flew by real quick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I never had an iPad or iPod. I found one on the ground in college, my freshman year, and I remember it had Pineapple Express in it, like already downloaded in it, and it had a whole bunch of songs, and I used that, but I just had an MP3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had an MP3 as well.
I was ghetto.
Oh, I had an MP3 too, but that's what we took to Mexico. Every time we just wanted to listen to stuff out there. What was I gonna say? We're at the 40-minute mark?
That was 40 minutes.
Yeah. Right? Well, we covered a lot of ground. All right, well, this could be the end of the episode. We'll kick it with you guys next week. Again, go ahead and follow Steez Kang. And if we ever get a name change of the podcast, well, I'll let you know. But for now, looks like it's still just going to be SteezKast, just to stay with the whole Steez flow. Anything you want to add, Edgar?
That was a good time. Went by pretty quick, to be honest. We learned some background to the SteezKast or Steez Kang.
Yeah, and my vigilante years.
Yeah, you guys didn't learn nothing about me, but hey, we learned about the host, so that's good.
Well, yeah, because like I said, I used to record these episodes by myself in like my room, and I just go crazy, just reading like trying to like read news stories and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about. And then all we did for like Step Bruvs was talk about Robert, which Robert, holy crap! Listen to those episodes; they are crazy.
I'll have to go back and listen to some of them then.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.